Welcome, welcome to the Teapot Reads. I'm the Teapot. This is what I'm currently reading, and this is the start of another reading vlog. This is going back to some of the more traditional reading vlogs I do, which is just like two chunks of two weeks, a chunk of 2 weeks of time reading vlog. And yeah, this is really chill. There's really no big things happening for the next several days. I just want to read. It's gotten cold out. Finally, I love it. And I just want to like sit down and read. So what am I reading right now? I'm reading Madame de Pompadour by Nancy Mitford. This is a nonfiction biography about Madame de Pompadour, who was she was Louis XV's mistress, or his most famous one. Cannot speak today. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. The writing is great, and it's actually very funny and very just like witty. I wanted to read a Mitford for a while, so really happy to have picked this up and really happy to be reading it. That being said, I think it might have been a wrong choice for me at the moment because real life has been very stressful, and I kind of should have chosen something with more escapism, I think. But I didn't. It's too late to go back now. I'm halfway through it, and I am enjoying it. So after this, I can't wait to pick out my next book. I'll do that on camera for you guys because that was fun to do. I just have to figure it out. Stressful things that have been happening. My mother tested positive for COVID. She's okay. She's vaccinated. It's really just cold symptoms, but it is a positive test, so she's basically quarantining. And I found that out yesterday on my break, and yesterday at work was kind of hell. So got to work, found out one of my coworkers had to leave early, which I was like, okay, that's fine, we can work with that. I appreciate you coming in and sticking out for a little bit. And then someone else called in sick. I was like, okay, that makes things a little more difficult, but again, we can probably make do with it. It's just gonna be tight. And then someone else called out. And then I found out my mom tested positive for COVID, so I had to go get a COVID test, and luckily there was a rapid test that I could take, so I was just gone for like 3.5 hours. And then I came back, found out someone else just did not show up for work. So yeah, I was supposed to be off at 4 yesterday. I ended up still doing like an 8-hour shift. It was just split by that weird break, so I didn't get home till like 9 o'clock. So that was cool. But because it was such a weird, stressful day, I was like, okay, today I don't have to do anything. I can just read, and I am just going to read, and I am actually going to go sit downstairs until my mom, she's quarantining, but she went for a quick walk. When she gets back, I'm probably going to come up here and read in my bed. And but anyways, I'm going to be downstairs just hanging out with the dog because he still needs company. He's doing well. He's healing. He's just, lonely. Yeah, I think that's really it. Oh, I did see the Dune movie. It was so good. I can't shut up about it, but it was amazing. Made me want to go reread Dune. Not gonna lie. But that's really it. I really don't think there's anything else to share at this moment. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Okay, hello. It is Thursday evening. I'm almost done with Madame de Pompadour. I have about 30 pages left, and it's only like 8:30, but I am losing steam really fast. I really want to finish it tonight, but I don't know if I'm going to, so that means finishing at work tomorrow. But I really want to pick with you guys what I'm going to read next, so I thought I would go over some of the books that I'm thinking about reading next with you now, and I will bring them both to work tomorrow if I don't finish this tonight, because I don't know if I'm going to. I want to, but I don't know if I'm going to. But before I go picking from what I have, what do I feel like reading? Honestly, kind of feel like I'm kind of in a sci-fi mood. Dune put me in a sci-fi mood. I wouldn't mind some fantasy, but I don't want a long dedication. Like, I don't want to start a series. I don't really want a big, thick book. I don't know how I feel about like YA fantasy at the moment, because I just read Once Upon a Broken Heart and that really burned me. I'm kind of in the mood for like urban fantasy. I've been like hankering for some Dresden Files type stuff. And also City of Bones, but I don't know if I want to reread something right now, because someone I know is planning to read Assassin's Apprentice in November, I think, and I want to read it with them at the same time, so I don't want to like reread and then back it up with another reread. So I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm in the mood for. So let's go see. I'm going to peruse my shelves. I'm not going to look at any classics, but I'm going to start with what's on my beds, like my headboard, because those are like I want to read it right now, and then I'm going to go through my non-classic shelves and see what I pull, and then I will talk about them with you. Okay, so I found 5 books. That sorry, this is like a really awkward position. It's hurting my ankles a little bit. I found 5 that I'm seriously considering. So, first of all is City of Brass. This is by S.A. Chakraborty. This series is loved by so many people, especially on Instagram. It's an adult fantasy. I know I said I didn't want to start a series, but I was reading a couple pages and it sounded good. It's an adult fantasy with sort of crossover appeal to YA readers. I don't know much about it. I think there's like a second world in here with like djinn and things. Reading it, the writing was good. It was interesting. I really don't want to start a series right now, so you're right. I'm just gonna take this one right out of the running. I don't want to start a big series. All right, then we have The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. This is sequel to Deadly Education, which I read last year and loved. I was so excited when my copy came, and I haven't had the chance to read it yet, but I do love Naomi's writing, and there's just something really gripping about the way she writes relationships. I'm kind of salivating a little bit at thinking about this. It's such a dark book, at least book 1 was, so I'm thinking this will be dark as well, but I'm okay with that. I'm continuing a series sounds really great too. It's like a dark Hogwarts, I guess. But book 1 was really good. Okay. Then we have Stalking Jack the Ripper, which the first page had me very intrigued. I only know roughly what this is about, and I think they're like detectives-ish or something. I've heard the chemistry between our protagonists is just like on point. And the first page had me really interesting. It is a new series for me, but it's short, so I feel like they'd be quick reads if I did want to start this. And I have been wanting to read this series for a long time. I got book 1 a while ago, probably back when like book 2 had come out. So I've had it sitting on my shelf for a while and just haven't picked it up. So I'm just gonna stay in the maybe, even though it's a new series. And you know what? Okay, I had pulled A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, which is book 2 in the what is this series even called? Blood and Ash. The Blood and Ash series. Oh my god, I'm just dumb. This is book 2 in that, and this is the lovely bookish box edition. I'm in love with it. It's gorgeous. But I can already tell you, I don't want this. It's lighter reading. I'm not super invested in it, but it's kind of fun to read. I don't think now is the best time for me to read it. So we're gonna put this on the back burner again. And then finally we have All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This is book 1 in the Murderbot Diaries series. It is about a robot who basically goes rogue, but instead of being like an evil murderer, is a massive introvert, I guess. I think in my book haul I was like, it's giving me Connor the Android vibes a little bit, and I do love Connor the Android. I love him so much. Like, have him with me here. Um, I love him. Anyway, and I am in a big sci-fi mood. Plus, this would be such a quick read. I do have the first 4, so if I really liked it, I could just run through several of them, and the first line has me. It has me. I could have become a mass murderer after I hacked my governor module, but then I realized I could access the combined feed of entertainment channels carried on the company satellites. Like, that kind of has me. So, do I want it to be this one? I have 3 really good choices here. All written by women. This one is really short. It's 150 pages. So it'd be a good dip back into sci-fi since I haven't read sci-fi in a while. I was kind of leaning towards next time I pick up a classic, picking up like a classic sci-fi though, so I don't know if that would be overwhelming. I don't have to pick up a classic sci-fi after this. I think the biggest pull for The Last Graduate is that it would be continuing a series, and then I do love Naomi Novik's writing. I had thought about rereading book 1 though before picking up this one because there were a lot of details I think I've forgotten, but I don't know if that would be a waste of time. I did enjoy book 1 a lot, so I'd probably enjoy rereading it. I think I'm gonna pass on it. I know I'm going to like this book a lot, and I think it's better to save it for a time when I don't have so many other books exciting me. So I think I'm gonna pass on The Last Graduate. Which leaves, what do I feel about Stalking Jack the Ripper? What do I feel? Oh, what? Okay, I hadn't read the back of this before. He murdered women in cold blood. He terrorized an entire city. He taunted those of us who hunted him down. But despite all those horrors, in the end, I could not deny it. I was the girl who loved the Ripper. That seems really fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm not in the mood for a YA. Reading another page of it has... I think I will like this book when I read it, but I'm not in the mood for a YA right now. I just know I'm going to be very cynical if I read it, and I don't want to be in a cynical mindset. So I think, I know for a fact, next I will be reading All Systems Red by Martha Wells. I'm very excited to read this book. I think you and I are going to get on very well, Murderbot. I cannot wait. Oh, this is so cute. It says Hugo and Nebula Award winner, but it has an exclamation mark at the end. You see that? That's really cute. I don't know if I've ever noticed that on another book. This is like not even 100. This is like 150 pages. Yeah, like just barely. This is gonna be a very quick read. That'll be nice. A lot of people really like this series, so hopefully I will be joining them. If I really, really like it, I'll just dive into the next one and then the next one and the next one, because I do have the first 4, and I can probably pick up book 5, which is a full-length novel at work, like, just whenever. I'm pretty sure we have it in stock, so yeah, Murderbot. I'm excited. We're gonna see if I can get any more reading done. I have like 30 pages left of Madame de Pompadour, and I am really enjoying it. I've lost so much steam. I think I said that already. I'm just tired. It was a long day. Even though it was productive, it was a long day. So we'll see how much more I read. Maybe I'll take a little bath. I do work tomorrow. Oh well, it happens to the best of us. No, I like work. It's just been stressful lately. Like, more so than normal. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna... Oh, no. Something fell. Okay, I will leave you, and tomorrow I will definitely have finished Madame de Pompadour by some point tomorrow, and I will talk to you about my final thoughts. Okay, I think I've only recorded in my bed. So that's weird. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I got paid today. I bought some more Christmas presents today. Christmas shopping continues. But the real thing that I want to talk about is I finished Madame de Pompadour. And I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. I think I mentioned that I wanted to read a Nancy Mitford for a while, and this is the one I've had longest. So I picked this one up, and I really liked it. It was a good choice. It was really good. I think the only dragging point was the 7 Years' War. I just wasn't super interested. There were a lot of things going on that I was like, I guess war doesn't interest me, basically. So, yeah, war, not something super interesting to me. But everything else I really loved. The writing was great. The story of Madame de Pompadour was so interesting and so tragic. I feel like this is the second book I've read recently that has sort of preluded major conflict, because I finished reading Anna Karenina, and this is sort of like the golden age of Russia right before the revolution, and Madame de Pompadour lived literally right before the French Revolution. And yeah, it was kind of interesting to compare those two. Even though it was very different time periods, there were a lot of similar tensions kind of going on at that time. So I thought that was really interesting, and I really enjoyed being able to just kind of compare that a little bit in my head as I was reading. If you don't know anything about Madame de Pompadour, I actually would recommend watching the Doctor Who episode with her in it. It's a great episode. I think it's called The Girl in the Fireplace or something like that. It's fantastic. It's a Tennant episode, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And anyway, she was always an interesting historical figure to me, and like I said, I wanted to read a Nancy Mitford, and I saw that she had written a biography about this woman, and so of course I had to pick it up, and it really didn't disappoint. Did I mention it was 4 stars? I haven't read like a nonfiction for fun in years and years and years, so it was a bit weird to do that, and I don't know when I'll be returning to nonfiction for fun. That just isn't something I'm super interested in reading. It's nonfiction, but I if I do, it probably will be with a Nancy Mitford, because she has 3 other biographies she's done, and there's one about Voltaire, there's one about the Sun King, and there's one about Frederick the Great, all 3 of which actually play major roles in the story of Madame de Pompadour, the history of Madame de Pompadour. So that's interesting too. They all kind of interweave. But as for my next read, I am reading the first Murderbot Diaries book. I haven't started it yet. I want to start it tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then my friend who I promised I would buddy read Assassin's Apprentice with is going to be starting that next, and I cannot wait. I think she's going to love it. And so as soon as I finish the first Murderbot, I am going to immediately start reading Assassin's Apprentice, and I could not be more excited. This is one of my favorite novels. I honestly think the Martha Wells book is going to take me, I think 3 days tops. I've been in a very ready mood, so maybe even sooner. Yeah. What else is going on? I don't think anything else is really going on. No, nothing. And that's good. Sometimes it's good not to have anything going on. Let's sit on that thought for a while. Is it good not to have anything going on? I realized I didn't update yesterday. So hello, today is Sunday. I didn't get a lot of reading done yesterday. I really didn't get a lot of anything done yesterday. I worked, and then I had a D&D game, and then I went to bed. And yeah, that's about it. I have woken up a little early today. Someday I do the closing shift. I woke up a little early and I did read a little bit, and I am a chapter and a half into a Murderbot 1, and It's so fucking good. It's so good. I love it. It's perfect. It's scratching my sci-fi itch. The character is great. The just writing is great. It's very funny. It's very quick and witty and quippy-ish, and I'm really, really, really enjoying this one. I really love the idea of this, I guess Murderbot is like sort of a robot, sort of enhanced human, I think. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was like straight up they were just gonna be a robot, but no, there's like human elements to them, and yeah, anyway, I'm really enjoying it. It's also kind of giving me James S.A. Corey future vibes, just in the way that it's being handled so far. I guess like there was a character who is in like a polyamorous marriage, which is something that happens. It's one of the main characters' families. In Leviathan Wakes, his parents, it's like a commune. I don't know, I think there's like 7 of them. And then just the way that like tech is kind of handled, it's not the same, but it's just like similar, I guess. Similar enough that it's giving me like those vibes, so I'm enjoying that as well. As for today, I have to work, obviously. I am going to then go home and hopefully get some reading or something done. I have mentally, yesterday and today have been not great. I'm doing everything I can to avoid it being worse, but I guess we're just kind of hovering at the it's okay right now. It's okay. Maybe that was like an unintentional reason why I didn't film yesterday. Also, I just had nothing to update on. But I am going to leave you. I have to go to work. And hopefully on my breaks I will have time to read, because I really just want to read Murderbot. It's really good so far. If that wasn't clear. Hi. Hi, Tanky. Boy. Okay. Hi. I am going to be doing some prep work and some editing for some videos, and I'm going to have lunch, and I'm going to do some more work on that. Hi. 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 And today is just gonna be a big YouTube day and a big reading day, I hope. I think I might finish All Systems Red if I play my cards right. I think I can finish it. So fingers crossed. Okay, update time. Where should I start? Should I start my life? That kind of feels like it is just like heading towards train wreck, or with my book. Let's start with the book. So I am also, I don't think I mentioned this came in an Illumicrate box. I think they're Raybearer box, and it just like protects the book, so like slips over like that. I really like it. I think it's nice. It makes me feel like I'm carrying around a Bible sort of, but All Systems Red isn't here. And I am in chapter 5, page 86, so I am, I think, at like the little past the halfway point actually. It's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. I know I'm going to be reading Assassin's Apprentice next because my friend started reading it and I want to buddy read with her, but oh my god, why was I like This series, I think the covers like turned me off for a long time. It's called Murderbot Diaries. I was like, that's not something I'll be interested in. One of my favorite things I'm reading this year. It is fantastic on every level. Strongly recommend Murderbot. So that's going really, really well, even though it's going slowly. I am actually, after this update, going to go get some cookie dough. Maybe make some cookies. Probably just eat some cookie dough because it's starting to get late. But I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to read until I am too tired to stay awake any longer. Sounds good to me. Now, update on my life. So I think I mentioned in this vlog, though it could have been my previous one, which was Once Upon a Broken Heart, which go watch that if you're interested in that. I mentioned in one of these that my mother recently tested positive for COVID. She's okay. It's just really cold symptoms. She's vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. But it is COVID. So I had to get a test and I tested negative. And we have been quarantining her as best as we can. It's not a big house though, so it's not perfect. It's just whatever, like what we can do. So I am planning to get another COVID test. I would have gotten another one like sooner had I started showing any symptoms, but I'm not showing any symptoms. I feel perfectly healthy and fine. So I don't think I have COVID. Just to be on the safe side, I do plan on doing that hopefully this week. So that's still happening. She's still testing positive for that. Apparently, you can test positive even when you're not positive any longer. I don't know how that works, but apparently that is a thing. Supposedly, I don't know. I haven't heard that firsthand from a doctor. Right? Maybe she's negative, but we don't know. It's saying positive, so we're proceeding as such. My car. So yesterday, my car. I was taking it. My dad. Well, okay. So like the setup. My dad was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and my mom was driving her car because we were dropping it off, and we were going to go get dinner out there. Well, the reason it needed to go to the mechanic is my car is old. It's from 2003. But I had been feeling weird with the brakes. Like, they were stopping, but they just felt different and they felt wrong. So I was like, let's see if we can get this in before the snow falls. As we're driving it, steam started coming out of the hood of my car. Thank goodness my father was driving it because I probably wouldn't have noticed. So we stop. We go to a gas station because we need gas. Oh, I had like mostly a full tank, but we got some gas and it's still going. And we check and there's a bunch of fluid in the car, like under the hood. Not sure what it was. Probably a broken hose of some sort. But I know nothing about cars. Who knows? And yeah, so it had to get towed the rest of the way. And I don't know how long it's going to be out of commission. So that's what's going on with my car right now. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. Other news. Work has been stressful. I think because the holidays are approaching and it's just worse. I think that's a big factor right now, is just the holidays make it more stressful and worse. I also love the holiday season just in general, so I just have to find ways to treat myself. I'll work on it. And also, speaking of work, someone from work actually found one of my videos in the wild, so hello if I know you in real life. Hi. Thanks for watching. How weird. That actually hasn't happened before. Algorithm's scary. A person I know and talk to on an almost daily basis casually found one of my videos. So that happened. I actually think it's kind of cool because, like, this is in a lot of ways a hobby and something fun. Also, like, I do try to take it seriously. Like, you know, I try to put a lot of effort into these videos. So I'm glad that it's paying off and YouTube is, like, promoting it to people who would find it relevant. So that's cool. So again, hello, if I know you in real life. Thanks for stopping by. So that's it for updates. That's for updates. I think I will make cookies. Kind of feeling like I want a warm cookie. I definitely want to read. I'm so tired though. Maybe I'll just have cookie. Oh, you don't need to hear this debate. Okay. I will update you guys again soon. Hopefully, just because I'm enjoying it and want a lot of time to sit down and read, hopefully I'll have finished All Systems Red very soon. Because I really am enjoying it and I love this book to death. Why was it like an emotional ending to All Systems Red? I loved it. It was so good. But fuck me if that last little lines didn't get me. Anyway, this book was 5 stars. 5 out of 5. Fantastic. Fully recommend, even if you're not into sci-fi. Like, chef's kisses. Okay, it was great. Hello, I am just about to film some videos that hopefully I'll get to edit because I've been filming on my phone lately and my phone and computer have not been syncing, I realize. So it's been a little bit of a struggle there, but before I start filming those, I just wanted to pop in and say I started my read of Assassin's Apprentice. My friend who's reading it is really enjoying it, so that makes me so happy. This is my favorite fantasy trilogy of all time. I haven't read all of Robin Hobb's work, so maybe that will be usurped at some point, but this trilogy, the Farseer trilogy, is just like pitch perfect, and returning to it has been such a pleasure. I'm not very far. I've only reread the first 2 chapters, but I just I love these characters. I love this world. I'm so happy to be back reading it. I just want to pop in and say that this is what I am currently reading, and this is what I am loving right now. It's just an incredible pleasure to be back with it. Not gonna lie. So, Assassin's Apprentice. Everybody, Assassin's Apprentice. So I feel like in pretty much every update, I have been sitting in this spot, and I've also had wet hair. I promise, time is passing. It's not just me changing like shirts. Today is Saturday. I don't have to work today or tomorrow. I needed a break. I'm really pleased. And I have been, and I think I have updated since I started my reread, but I've been rereading Assassin's Apprentice, and these books are so, like, I don't want to say hard to put down, but they are so readable. When I'm reading them, I enjoy not just the story, but the act of reading them. So it's really nice. I, though, came to a little bit of a realization that I think I realized the first time I was reading these books, but didn't fully comprehend. And that is that I really relate to Fitz on a lot of emotional levels. I'm in a scene from chapter 5. He's going through a pretty major depressive episode because of something that's happened. The only way he is able to express it... Actually, let me just read the scene. So, I tried to express what was inside me without betraying Chade. I'm just so alone now, I heard myself say, and even to me it sounded like a feeble complaint. Alone? Birch is Brosnit. Fitz, I'm right here. How can you say you're alone? And there the conversation ended, with both of us looking at one another and neither understanding at all. So, like, I've definitely felt exactly how Fitz feels in that moment, and I feel it a lot, not to be, like, super depressing. But, like, I can relate directly to that statement of loneliness. And I can also relate to trying to express that sort of statement and being met with someone who doesn't understand or refuses to understand, and so minimizes your feelings regarding it. And it fucking sucks. But I was struck during that moment and nearly started crying in my bath, which I was enjoying quite a bit. And then I get to the scene and I was like, I'm gonna just start crying. But anyway, it's been a really enjoyable reread. The light outside, let me turn the camera real quick. It's really gorgeous out. A lot of natural light coming through. It's a clear day. It's just great temperature. Like, look at it's like autumnal. Finally, early winter it feels like. And I'm just going to, like, relax by my open window and do some more reading, and I'm really excited. Is all I wanted to say. I'm just gonna do some more reading, and today's goals have really just been reading and doing YouTube and getting caught up on videos and stuff. So I've been doing a good job of both of those things and having a lot of fun because I really enjoy doing both of those things and not putting pressure on myself to do much else. I have D&D later, but I'm excited for it. I think it's nice knowing that tomorrow I'm off as well. Not gonna lie. But I'm gonna just cuddle back into my sheets and keep going with my reread of this magnificent book. So it is lovely outside tonight. I'm just really enjoying being next to an open window on such a nice day. But it also smells delicious. It smells like someone is grilling or something, which is ridiculous because it's cold out, but it smells so good. Like, it smells so much like a professional restaurant. Anyway, I just had to share because it's delightful. Assassin's Apprentice, but sometimes I read nonfiction at night before I go to bed, and I started Landmarks by Robert Macfarlane, and this book is so amazing and overwhelming and delightful, and I'm getting overwhelmed and like crying, and it's just, I don't even know if it's that profound. It's just affecting me. There are so many just great things. I'm only 14 pages in and I was crying. It's about nature. It's like a glossary of nature and essays on nature. But like,
it's comparing nature and language, and it's like how we landmark and how we are landmarked. I don't know, there's so much. There's like beautiful things like Amil is a Devon term for a fine film of silver ice that coats leaves, twigs, and grass when a freeze follows thaw. Like, that's just like delightful. This sentence here: for there is no single mountain language, but a range of mountain languages. No one coastal language, but a fractal of coastal languages. No lone tree language, but a forest of tree languages. And I am in love, but this book is probably going to ruin me. Just want to share. This is Landmarks by Robert Macfarlane. And I can already tell you, every single person should own a copy. 14 pages in, I can say that. And if not every single person, at least every single writer. This is fucking amazing so far. Hello. It is Wednesday, I think. Time feels so just like non-existent at the moment. Work has been very stressful. I think this is going to end up being the last day of the reading vlog and also the last day of rereading Assassin's Apprentice. It has been such a pleasure to return to this book, and I'm just going to take a short break and read something else before returning to book 2 in this trilogy. I'm still kind of deciding because I've read the original trilogy and I've read part of the second trilogy, The Live Ship Traders, and I'm debating on whether I want to, once I finish my reread of this, continue on to Live Ship. And if I do continue on, if I want to take a break in between them, maybe like a short break. Right now I'm thinking that in between each of the Farseer trilogy books, I'm going to read another book just because there are so many titles I want to read right now. And as much as I love rereading, it's nice to break it up. But yes, nearly done. And it's been so good. I would say it's just as good the second time. I don't feel like, there are little moments where I'm like, ooh, okay, yeah, that was plotted in really early, but it's less about uncovering things I hadn't uncovered the first time and more about returning to these characters and being able to experience the joys and the sorrows of them again. It is such a pleasure, even as it's tearing my heart out. And I definitely think I relate a lot more to Fitz this time than I realized maybe the first time I was reading, but I definitely am like, yeah, oh, well, I relate to that. That's relevant to my life. At least his emotional turmoil over things is, and the way people react to his emotional turmoil seems really to be relevant. I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but I was laying in bed reading the other day, and I didn't even realize time was passing, or I guess I should say I didn't really care that time was passing. I was just reading and enjoying reading so much and enjoying this book so much. I didn't feel like I had to get up every chapter and do something productive. I actually felt like reading was something that I could give my entire attention to, and I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. It's something I'm trying to retrain my brain towards, and I really appreciate that this trilogy is providing that. I do know that if I do choose to reread Live Ship, I probably won't have that same exact feeling because the first book in that trilogy was really good. I really enjoyed it. It just didn't grip me the same way these do, I think, because it had a wider cast of characters. But maybe that'll change. Maybe my reread will make me enjoy it even more. But I just wanted to mention that. I also wanted to mention, because this isn't my full wrap up. This is just me speculating today's going to be the last day. But I subscribe to BarkBox for Tank because I love opening things and I'm trying to pass down my love of opening things to him, and he's starting to really understand it. Like, he's still figuring out a lot of things because he's a puppy, but he has pretty much understood that that BarkBox is his and that he gets toys out of it. So I try to make it like a little bit of a big deal. And it came today, and I should have recorded it because his reactions were great. But it was Thanksgiving themed, and this is delightful. So it came with this, it looks like a cookbook. It looks like, I'm totally blanking on what cookbook it looks like, but it looks like a particular cookbook. I see it like every day at work. And it says cooking with joy. Maybe that's what it's called. No, it's the joy of cooking. Durr. That's what I'm thinking of. Was cooking with joy. And then when you open it, there's another toy inside. But the toy is a little flask. It says joy. I thought that was the funniest thing. I thought that was the funniest thing to get in his box. I absolutely loved it. I also did buy him the little advent calendar, so I'm excited about that. I have to get my own advent calendar. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, I think that was it for update. Like I said, I'm going to read. I am debating whether I want to order food for lunch. I'm feeling kind of bloaty. I'm feeling kind of bloaty, and so I'm not sure if I want to order something. But we'll see. I'm going to read for a little bit and see how I'm feeling. And then, we'll go from there. I'll definitely give this vlog a proper wrap up. Oop, here comes Tank. Good God. Hi. Did you hear me? He was outside. Did you hear me playing with your toy? Yeah, he did. He came in to check up on his toy. I am also, good God. He just pushed all his toys off the couch. Don't worry, no one else is going to touch them. I promise. Just you. They're your toys. I don't even know what I was saying. I will check in a bit. I would just like to brag and say that I am all snuggled up in my bed with my blankets and my doggy and my book, and the window is open and it smells like winter is almost here, and I'm really happy. And I don't have anything else I need to do today except maybe put my clothing away. I'm really happy. It's like I have a halo. I did it. I finished my reread of Assassin's Apprentice, and it was so good. It was so good. If you've never read these books, I strongly recommend it, especially if you're a fan of fantasy. So, yeah. Anyway, Farseer Trilogy, Book 1, reread complete, heart battered and just bruised, but in a good way, because this book heals a lot as much as it hurts. So really happy to be doing it. I am going to actually start reading A Marvelous Light by Freya Marski. That's my next read, but I really wanted to dedicate it its own reading vlog, so I will be doing that. A few parting remarks before I leave you for this one, which thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around. As of recording this, I'm almost at 150 subscribers. Holy God, guys. Thank you so much. This is amazing. I think I've talked in other vlogs, when I started, this is a hobby and this is a lot of fun, and I do it because I'm passionate about talking about books and I like having this as an outlet, but I do want it to be not just me shouting into the abyss. So when I started it, I wrote down a goal for myself, 100 subscribers by the end of 2021, and we surpassed that. So thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you so very much, especially if you comment. I appreciate it. I know I'm not always the quickest to respond, but I do try to. I read it pretty much immediately. It's just I don't respond quickly, and I do try to respond as soon as I can. But thank you so very much. So before I leave you, a few remarks. Taylor Swift's re-release of Red comes out Friday. I will be staying up Thursday evening to listen to it. I do work for the next several days, and I have a friend visiting, and then I work for the rest of the week. So from this point forward, I don't really have days off to myself, and I am probably going to be very stressed and not always in the best mental headspace. And I'm going to probably keep a lot of that from the vlogs and the videos on you guys, as much of it as I can, unless I'm talking about it in a healthy way. I'm not saying I'm going to ignore it and pretend it isn't happening, but there's no reason to go into depth. But I did just want to say that I'm probably going to be working very hard to keep myself mentally healthy in the next several weeks, probably until the new year. That being said, books are always a solace for me, so you'll probably see me doing a lot more reading, and definitely the Farseer trilogy is going to take me definitely through November, maybe through December. It probably won't take me through December, but into it at least. And that'll be nice. That'll actually be really, really helpful. I think that's it. I'm really, really happy you're all here with me on this journey. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching this video. Just thank you. Just all around, thank you. If you are somewhere cold, I hope you're staying warm. And if you're somewhere warm, I hope you're staying comfortable. Most of all, I hope you're reading a great book. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.